What is the total number of employee in our company? What is the female to male ratio? What is our attrition rate? If you are an employee or an HR professional, these are the questions that you might have encountered once in a while. What if I tell you you could answer all these questions with two free applications? Yes, you heard me right. Using Google Sheets and Lucas Studio, you can build real-time and interactive dashboard which will answer all of these questions. Let's explore how it is done.
Tutorial, what we are going to do is we will have two screens. First one, this screen, which is a topic screen where we will be seeing, or we will be going through the topics that we are going to discuss, and we will have a secondary screen of a Google Chrome which consists of Lucas Studio and our database. Okay, so prior to getting to know about Lucas Studio, you should understand what is database. Database is simply a group of data stored in a specific manner. Okay, so in order to visualize data using Lucas Studio, you will have to create a employee database. It's a very simple task. I have already created a sample database in a Google Sheet. As you can see, I have certain columns up here. I have employee code, employee name, department, designation, gender, exit reason, employee satisfaction, source of hire. These are the informations that you will have of your own employees within your company, right? This is a sample database. Okay, so a database is simply a group of information stored in a specific manner. So for building a database, you should have two criteria satisfied. That is, first row should be a header and it should be unique. As you can see in this database, it is there is a header and it is unique as well. And second thing, it should have data validations and formatting. So data validation means it should have, like for example, department IT is a repeating term, so you should have it in a data validation manner so that you can avoid errors. So converting this into a data validation manner is very easy. Select all of your data and go to format and convert to table. So this is a these are the table contents. Okay, these are the columns. It has been converted to a table. Now you can easily add the format. Go to this drop down and edit column down. You can, it is a text type, right? You can select text. There is a department column which is a drop down, more like a drop down, right? So click on drop down. So likewise you can create that. For this employee satisfaction, you can go to edit column type and create as number. So it won't accept any numbers, any values other than numbers. As you can see, there will be an error. See, so that is what I meant by data validations and formatting. So once you have created the employee database, let's dive into next steps. Let's explore Google Lucas Studio. So Google Lucas Studio is a free visualization tool provided by Lucas Studio. If you have a mail ID, you can access it. For that, go to a new tab and search for Lucas Studio, and have go to the first option. So I have already accessed the Lucas Studio and I have lots of dashboards up here. So first of all, what you have to do is you have to click on the blank report. If you are a first time user, you will be given some permission and access and all. So you will have to give that permissions and access with reference to Google Lucas Studio. So one thing you have to remember while giving the access is that you should have same profile for Google Lucas Studio and Google Sheets. See, as you can see, these are the same profiles I'm using for Google Data Studio and Lucas Studio and Google Sheet as well. Okay, so you have to provide those access and permission, and if you are feeling stuck, you should reload it and try again. Okay, so give the permissions and reload if there is any, if you are feeling any stuck. And next we have to connect the Lucas Studio with the Google Sheets. It's a simple task. Go to add data option, and there are lots of database that we can connect with the Lucas Studio. Right now we are using Google Sheets. click on it, and this is the sheet that I am currently using. Just click on it as well, and this is the subsheet. Click on the data, nothing to do with any of this option. Click on add. Okay, and it will load for some time, and right now it's being connected, and you will get a notification. Click on to add to report, and there you go. All these columns that you have in your database now has been come to the Looker Studio. Okay, that's how we will connect Looker Studio with Google Sheets. Okay, and that's it. Let's start visualizing. So once we have connected Google Looker Studio with Google Sheet, now we will have to start visualization. But prior to visualization, there are two things that you should remember about Google Looker Studio. There are certain aspects, but understanding the basics is very important. There are two aspects regarding Looker Studio which is very important for visualization. First one is a metric and dimension. So metric is simply it deal with numbers like salary, age, etc. And dimensions, it, it deal with characters like employee name, department, designations, etc. So you will have to remember these aspects. You don't have to stress about it. I will be explaining it in detail. Okay, so you will have to remember these aspects about Looker Studio. In this tutorial, what we are going to visualize is certain aspects, certain graphical representations are going to visualize. So we have 10 visualizations. We will be visualizing a logo and images, how to insert logo and images, how to insert text, how to insert employee name, total and active employees, filters and dates, male to female ratio using pie chart, department list, employee satisfaction, and source of hire, and finally execution. These are the 10 visualization that we will be visualizing on our Looker Studio. Okay, so let's dive deep in. As a first visualization, we will add logo of our company to Looker Studio. It's very simple. So either you can go to insert and add it up here, or you can just click on to this button and click upload from your computer and search for your required image. I am inserting this logo of my company, HRBS itself. Yeah, it's that simple. Your logo is inserted. Okay, now it's time for us to include the text option or text box. So it's a employee database, right? So we will have to name it as employee database. It's also very easy. Go to text box near the image option, click on it, draw a text box according to preference, and just start writing. I'm writing employee database HRBS. You can, as you can see, there is a options of font color, font size, etc., which is provided up here. You can do it according to your preferences. You can make it large according to your needs, your color combinations. You can do it. Let me make this one very appealing. In the text and my logo, just some beautification kind of things. And now let's insert the employee details. Okay, so employee name, that is what we are going to insert, and we are going to use table tool for that. For that, go to add chart. You can see enormous options up here. Just click on to table because it's a name, right? So table would be the right visualization to do that. So click on to table, and where do you want to insert the table? You can drag and drop it. By default, you will get an employee code. You will get a default column of employee code and record count. This is not what we want. We wanted employee name, right? So whenever you click on a data visualization in Google Looker Studio, what you can see two or three aspects appear. data, properties, and filter bar, right? And when you click on it, it will disappear, and if you want to see it again, click on it as well. So here we can see in the table properties, we can see the setup and style option, right? So what what we want up here is the employee name, right? Employee name, for example, we can give employee name and the designation of that employee. Okay, so what we are going to do is, like, as I mentioned earlier, there is a dimension column and a metric column up here, right? So the dimension is basically the characters and the metric is numbers. So what we are going to do is, like, we are going to drag and drop, instead of employee code, we are going to drag and drop employee name up here. We have cancelled it, and we can just add it up here or just drag and drop. See, the employee name is right now added to the table. It's that simple. List of employees, all 60 employees has been added. And if you wanted to add another dimension, you can add it. So we want two columns. Okay, so for example, we want the department or the designation of the employee as well. Drag and drop it. That's it, it's done. You now you can see the designation of the employee as well. And if you wanted to delete this one, so you will be wondering what is this record count. So it is nothing but the number of times the the number of records in the database is just record count. So it's a useful aspect. We will explore it later in this video. So you can just click it and you can delete it. So we have successfully created employee name and the designation of that employee. Okay, so whenever you wanted to change this employee information, you can go and change it to your database and it will be automatically triggered up here. It will be automatically updated up here. All you have to do is just to refresh. So that's how we create a table in the Looker Studio. Okay, now let's explore how we can add the next visualization, which is a total active and inactive employees, or total employees and active employees. For this visualization, what we are using is scorecard. It's another visualization because it's a simple data, right? A singular data, total number of employees, a singular data. So we are going to use a different visualization, which is scorecard. Just below the table, you can see the scorecard. Click on the scorecard. You can insert wherever you like. I will insert up here. And actually, this is the number of employees up here, total number of hired employees in your company. It's a record count. It's actually, it is a number of rows in the database. So in this case, everyone is a unique name. So it is going to be the same. Okay, we will have to we don't have to change the number of employees. It will be the record count. What we have to do is to change this into employee name. Okay, for that, go to this pen option, click on it, just edit into employees or total employees. We can give it a total employees. So this is the total number of employees we have hired, and some of the employees are not in the organization. That we will have to figure it out. So here we haven't changed anything in the record count because all of the employees are, it is the total number of employees who have been employed in our company. Okay, so we also have to insert the active employees, right? Active employees, it's also very easy. You can either you can create a copy of it, or you can add a new chart. I will go to add a new chart, new scorecard. I have added new scorecard, and similarly it will show some other values as we have already inserted. So we don't need that. We need the record count, right? So here is where metric come to action. So here we are using not primary field as not dimension. We are using as metric, either metric or dimension. So we have to change the employee satisfaction to the record count, and we only require the active employees, right? So that's where filter option come into action. So as you can see, if you scroll down a filter option, click on add filter option and click on create filter option. We can give it as active, filter name active. Then we are looking for only active employees, right? So we can we can include only a particular series. So these are the exit reason is the column that we are going to select exit. And what is the condition? There are different conditions. We will be clicking equal to, and those values will be loaded up here. See, if you include still employed and employees only, you can get the active employees count, right? These are the reason they have resigned. So click on the still employed and save. So we have 48 employees in our company. We have 48 employees in our company. Out of 60 hired, 48 is active. So, and we can also do the same as the colors we have given up here, themes. We can change the colors and the formatting of the scorecard as well. For that, you have to click on this particular scorecard, go to style option up here, and you can add colors according to your wish. Let me give it some colors. Yes, to the both scorecard, which I have done in the style option. You can do it. And now we will dive into the next visualization, which is the filters and date. Okay, so the filters and dates are very useful when it comes to interacting with data. So if you wanted to know what is the number of employees hired or resigned during a period of time, or what are the number of people working in a particular department, you can do it with simply with the filters option. So for that, go to add a control. First we will insert the date range control. Click on date range control and insert. So in this visualization, we are not going to use the date range function because we don't have any date related values. In normal use case, what you can do is you can select the range between and you can filter the data according to it. For example, if we had a date of joining data and you wanted to know which employees joined in which date, you can just select the range. Okay, so that is the use case of date range. And another filter that we can add is a drop down list. We can create it for a department list. Department, okay, if you wanted to get a department wise list, we can go to filter accordingly. So by default it have set up something, but we will click on it and we will change into from employee name to we will change into department. Okay, we will change into department, and now it is changed to department. So if you wanted to know which employee, for example IT finance, how many employees are in the finance, you can just click on finance only. See, total employees and the list of employees up here. Okay, as it is a sample data, it is commonly distributed, but as you can see, if you select finance and HR combined, you can get, see, this is the data. Okay, so that's easy to insert a date range control and a filter control. Okay, so that's the usage of filters and date. Now let's add the sixth visualization, which is a male and female ratio, and for this function we are using pie chart. And for that, what we have to do is go to add chart, click on pie, insert pie chart wherever you wish to. I'm inserting up here. So by default it will give us some data. It have given the employee name. This is not what we want. We need the gender details. What we are going to do is we are going to click on the setup and we are drag and dropping the employee name. The pie chart will be loaded. See, 50-50% is the male to female ratio in our company. You can you can minimize this visualization if you require, whatever you can enlarge it according to your needs. So this is the male to female ratio. So that simple is in Looker Studio to calculate the number of employees, whatever be it. So if you hover over it, you can see this is the particular to the finance department. Okay, 50 percentage. That's because we have filtered it. So to reset it, just click onto it. Yeah, 30 male employees and 30 female employees is working in our organization. Click on the male, you can see the male employees only. Okay, 30 total employees and 24 employees. Okay, it is very interactive as well. Okay, that's how we deal with our 6 visualization. And let's dive into our 7th visualization, which is department list, and we are using bar chart for this purpose. So how are we going to do that? Simply going to add a chart, and we are using vertical bar chart for it. Click on vertical bar chart, insert it up here, and by default it is gender was given, so that's why 2 data. So we wanted the department wise list, right? So go to and drag and drop department. So every department has 10 employees, that's why it have shown. You can also use this visualization. For example, clicking on finance will give you the finance employees data, and every finance employees in the finance department are fully female. If you click on sales data, you can see, yeah, this is how it will show it to us. So if you wanted to get a department wise list, so as this is a sample data, that's why it is showing as very uh, simple values. When it comes to your data, it will be different. Okay, so that's how we have inserted our our 8th visualization, which is the 8th visualization, right? No, 7th visualization, which is department wise list, a bar chart. Now we will go on to our 8th visualization, which is employee satisfaction. And employee satisfaction is something which is we take on an average, right? This is a sum of employees, right? So employee satisfaction I have incorporated it is because to understand how to deal with averages. So how to deal with averages is very simple. And employee satisfaction, just like the total number of employees and active employees, it is a single term, right? So we can use scorecard itself. I am going to copy and paste this one. So to get the formatting, we have to change this. Okay, so we have to change this metric to employee satisfaction, and you will get a number which is, but it is a sum, right? This is a sum of employee satisfaction. Okay, so we don't need a sum of the employee satisfaction column, we need an average of it. For that, you can just go to this edit option, and you can see the aggregation up here, right? Click on the aggregation and click on average. So this will give the average of that particular column. See, the 4.16 is the average rating of the employees, okay, about our company. Okay, go to style, and we will give it another color, this one. Yeah, this is the employee satisfaction. So that simple is to insert anything with averages. Okay, so next we will dive into our 9th visualization, which is a source of hire, which is also a pie chart. Which source gives us the best results? That's what we are going to explore. For that, we will go to add a chart. We will use a donut chart. We will drop it up here, and this is how it is going to look like. It's basically, it is looking like the employee's name itself. It is the only employee's name have been shown up there, and what we are going to do is we are going to drag and drop it up here so that we can see it very clearly. Yeah, little more, and we can just shorten it if you want it. So we wanted the source wise hire, right? So here it is by default by employee name. You can click on it, click to setup, and the source of hire. We can go to click and drag source of hire. That's simple. See, it seems like 28.3 percentage, which is the LinkedIn is the highest conversion source for us. If you click on it, you can see which are the employees who have been hired, and out of 17 employees 15 employees got retained. You can just by clicking this you can understand which is the best source. So 17 employees, 13 are remaining, and from see, campus recruitment, out of it is 90% conversion. So you can derive, and job portal seems to be very less effective because out of 16 employees hired, 11 of them are only remaining. Okay, so you can get these kind of information from this visualization. That is the beauty of this visualization. And we will move on to our last visualization, which is the exit reason. We are using bar chart. We can use also a pie chart. We can use bar chart. Go to add a chart. I will insert a bar chart which is here, and by default it is gender. What we can do is like we can add exit reasons, right? What are the reasons of exits? So drag and drop exit reasons, but what we have to remember is like there is also still employed count up here, right? So we don't need a exit reason. In exit seasons we don't need the still employed count. So what we can do is we can go to filter option. We are not going to use the active because we will only get the still employed count. We are going to create a filter with the name exited, and we are going to exclude this time. What we are going to exclude is from the exit reason we are going to exclude the still employed details, and click on to save. Done. You have created, so the out of total employees 12 employees resigned, better opportunity, personal reasons, relocations, misconduct, etc. are the reason. You can go to style and select the different color for this visualization as well. So it's that simple to create visualization in Looker Studio. So these are just sample data. I will give you a view of this Looker Studio. See how good this is. So if you are a person who receive answers that I have explained in the first intro of the video, you might this is going to be a game changer for you, because you will have all these aspects ready to share it with your manager. He don't want to ask you questions anymore. All these aspects, all you have to do is according to your employee count you can add this database. It will be automatically updated to it. All you have to do is like you have to refresh it sometime. You have to refresh this data, or that's what you have to do. Okay, so make use of this free tool and make your visualization great.
Now you know how to create live and interactive dashboard with Google Sheet and Looker Studio. It's time for you guys to deal with some real data. Go and explore. And for more contents, subscribe to hrbs by Shammasch.